Sup, bro?
Sup, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan discuss a movie. Every week we discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
The Creator.
The Creator, yes. But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We are a podcast and a YouTube show. Go to youtube.com, look us up, Peliculas with the Bros. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to listen to two guys talk about movies every week. And we sometimes talk about other stuff if you're into that kind of things, music, TV. But mainly one movie every week we review it, and usually it's a new movie. So hit the subscribe button, and also let us know what you think about The Creator. And also we're a podcast, so go to any podcast platform of your choice. Have a podcast, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, if that still exists. And hit the subscribe button and look us up, Peliculas with the Bros. One before the other. Ivan, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Okay.
why you ask?
I don't know.
Okay.
Switch it up.
Okay.
Last week we did Howl's Moving Castle
Whoa.
on the podcast because we were kind of not into the movies coming out. So we reviewed that, look at our filmography, and check that video out if you're interested to see our hot takes about Howl's Moving Castle. But before we talk about The Creator, Ivan, do you want to give the audience your one take on Howl's Moving Castle?
An animation classic for all ages.
A romp, some might say?
Some might say that.
All right. For my take, I'll say Howl's Moving Castle. Good. Great.
Oh.
You be the judge. Ivan, are you ready
Yes.
to accept our fate? Accept that we are but a cocoon to the butterfly that is AI. Ivan, the movie is
The Creator.
The Creator, written and directed by Gareth Edwards. Let me confirm that really quick because I don't want to.
He's another writer.
I don't want to piss off those screenwriters that just got their strike stuff. You know,
Those losers.
those losers. Yes, he's the writer and direct. Sorry. Yes. Oh, also Chris Weitz. What did he do? I don't know. Who cares? Anyways, the cast. Oh no, the premise of this film. Sorry, I'm all over the place. The premise of The Creator, people. A jaded ex-sergeant goes back to the teat of the military-industrial complex.
Okay.
When he learns that his wife is still alive, his mission to find the creator of the AI that is fighting against the U.S., a war that seemingly never ends. Ivan, will he find his wife and appease the forces that be? Don't answer. Rhetorical. The cast is John David Washington
Whoa.
as Joshua Taylor, Madeline Una Voiles as Alpha O, Alfie, Gemma Chan, shout out to Eternals, Maya Faye Taylor, Allison Janney, what a woman as Howl. Howl. How interesting how life works. Ken Watanabe. What's the song? Go.
What?
Watanabe.
Oh, I don't remember how it goes, man.
Oh, you Watanabe, yo. Right?
Yes.
Hey, Watanabe, yo, woo.
I didn't listen to that song too much.
Sturgill Simpson, the country guy, as Drew. Drew. There's always
Really?
a Drew in a movie. Yep. The best friend, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know until after.
Weird. Odd.
Weird.
I don't like it.
That's the cast.
Okay.
The director,
Hmm.
like I said,
Gareth.
Edwards.
Ah.
What movies did he do? Glad you asked. Monsters, Godzilla, Rogue One.
Well, no comment.
Ivan, he is known for his ability to seemingly do a lot with a little. He makes technological things look interesting with a little. Monsters, for example, cost like less than $1 million, made $5 million, but people were impressed how it looked, given that it didn't cost that much money.
Right.
And I would say Rogue One is one of the best looking Star Wars in a while.
Agree.
And for me, Rogue One is up there with The Last Jedi as the best movies post.
Georgie Porgies.
I wouldn't even. I don't know what post is. They're definitely. It's because when you grow up with episode 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3, you hold them in a corn-fed tin of cake.
What?
Yep, corn-fed tin of cake.
Yeah. I get you.
And are they good? Probably not. So is Rogue? Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Rank the sets of Star Wars movies.
Okay.
The first set with the oldies.
Okay.
The second set with the art generation.
Uh-huh.
Or the next set, which with all the horrible movies plus Rogue One.
I'd say
Rank them 1 to 3. Oldies is 1, right?
yeah.
Okay. What's number 2? That's the big question.
The 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh. Like taste-wise for you, or legitimate? This is critic stamp. Ivan going on the record. Such that I don't know.
I think taste-wise for sure.
Interesting.
Critics-wise, it's tough because 7, 8, and 9, I think they were well made, technically.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
like
true.
in a vacuum, I don't see anything really wrong with them.
Yeah.
But when you compare them and then you see what else is out there, it's like, well, this is nothing new.
Yep.
So it's tough.
Yeah.
I think a good critic, a nice critic would say 1, 2, and 3 is better. Because those are a little more like, oh, somebody made this. Like George Lucas made this.
Even though they were kind of boring when you think about it.
At times. But
They're like about government.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah. It is kind of cool, right?
Like Succession almost.
Oh. But the point that I wanted to make is that Rogue One was, I would say, as good as The Last Jedi and better than other Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about Rogue One, which we won't talk about much because I think it's been beaten to death, is that he directed and wrote that, but then Tony Gilroy, your boy, came and like did reshoots and rewrites.
Nice.
So there's like, it's up in the air, like who did what, right? That being said, I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about Andor later. Ivan, how the sausage was made, how this movie was made. New Regency hires Edwards. Edwards was on a hiatus for a bit. He's like, you know what? I don't want to make movies because Rogue One was kind of a bitch, and I want to really make a movie where I have full control. New Regency's like, you got it, baby, but we can't give you that much money. They gave him $80 million.
Okay.
Perfect. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna do some test shots in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And bring them back and show you what I got with the help of ILM.
Okay.
He does that. They look at it. They're like, you did this with like $5 that we gave you? He's like, yeah. Like, okay,
Yeah.
here's 80. Let's go.
Okay.
But compare that to 300, 200 that movies like this usually get.
Right.
So it's kind of low budget for being a CGI sci-fi fest.
Low budget AAA. Well, I think because they probably pay the Iron Man the most, right? Like that's where it goes.
Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle, that's probably where all the money goes.
Wait, who? Sorry.
Iron Man? Robert Downey? Like if...
But he's not in the movie.
No, I'm saying like when they make these big movies.
Oh, right.
It costs so much because he gets like
Gotcha.
50% of the profit, $50 million down payment.
Okay, so that, but also in CGI, it costs a lot because building sets,
Yeah.
green screen to visual effects, and the way he did it is like he got the people that did the visual effects to layer the CGI after shooting, which saved time, money, and all of the stuff.
Right.
And last little bit, no music added till after the editing was done because he didn't want to hide behind the music.
Well, no comment.
All right. He's waiting for it. Ivan, what did you think of The Creator?
It's good. good. All right.
I thought it was good, Ivan. But your good sounds a little different than my good.
I said it's good. All right.
Give your take.
Well, it looked amazing. Like every tiny pixel of that movie was like the nukes or whatever those bombs were. That's what I wanted from Oppenheimer.
Wait. The bomb, the ones that were running?
No. Well, I mean that was cool too, but from the whatever
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
when they dropped it,
Yeah.
the silence,
Just like the humongous napalm.
yeah, the silence and then the that's what I
Can't believe
wanted.
you said you wanted that from Oppenheimer.
I mean, look, no, I wouldn't want them to change it, but that's the kind of movie I want.
Right. Okay. So visuals,
On
bon
point,
appetit.
yes.
I agree with
sound-
that. Let me just
Okay.
sit there. I agree with the visuals. I loved it. I love the design of everything. Everything looked amazing. Unique AI look, you know? They're not just straight up robots, but they're humans with like the innards removed, robot-y engine showing. Yeah, go.
Sound design, I think that's part of the bombs. Like sound design, I think 10 out of 10. Reminds me of your favorite scene from Star Wars, the nuke.
No, it's something else. It's like no.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
And that was like throughout the movie. Like everything sounded amazing.
Correct. I agree. Soundtrack was good too.
Yeah. It was a little old school as far as like let's put in real music. Kind of like how Tarantino uses actual music instead of
Oh yeah, like needle drops.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. It did feel a little weird at times.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because the movie felt corny itself. Like how they spoke and things like that. The needle drop itself is like a tinge of corny, but like I think if you have everything else good, you don't notice that tinge of corny.
Like the tones were off. Like the music doesn't match the tone of the.
I think it could have, but because how they spoke to each other and how
the dialogue was just a little too corny.
It was weird. It was like an 80s movie or something.
Yeah.
Like AI written.
Yeah.
Which is like the most weirdest thing ever. But this is like the most AI written movie ever.
It is. I think you're transitioning to your take on it is like it's kind of simplistic, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because like there's two things going on in my head right now. One is that this movie is about how humans fight AI, right? And that's kind of ahead of the curve of a lot of movies because like we're actually talking about that in culture right now.
Yeah.
Not a physical fight, but just like how we're gonna deal with AI once it tries to take our jobs, whatever. And then the other thing is like your point is the plot is kind of super generic that it could be written by AI. And another thing is like I think I heard that he tried to use AI to write a Hans Zimmer score.
Okay. For this?
So he could like, hey AI, give me a Hans Zimmer score for a dystopia movie.
Okay.
So he's like trying to I feel like he's pushing the edge to be like, let's use AI.
I agree with that.
But at the same time, he's also pushing the edge with technology of like, with the little bit I have, I can make it look as good as Disney, Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like coming back full circle. But is that the right choice to like take away jobs? Like, you agree to use AI for movies in certain spots, but when the screenplay is kind of so generic, maybe you should have got a human.
Yeah.
You know, it's like full circle of AI-ness going on. With
It's like a tool that they're not using. Well, I don't know about the score. They did that, or is that
they
like
eventually got Hans Zimmer?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I mean, I like it as like because I'm thinking like let's say I write a sentence or a paragraph. I'm like, you know what, AI, give me like 10 variations of this with my style, with everything, da da da. And then it does like spits it out, and then I see like, oh, they kind of said that a little bit better than I did. And then like that's where it's like you splice it, put it together, figure it out, and that way you kind of learn how to write better too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with music, if you have like the Hans Zimmer score, you just have that as like the placeholder, and then have like a real person be like, well, let's keep the AI energy of like, because I assume a musician would be able to tell this is like AI music just from their talent and whatnot.
Who knows? But yeah, okay.
But maybe like they sample that and then they like extend it out into like a real score with like the AI interspersed. Like just cut, like makes the process faster, I would think,
Mm-hmm.
while also keeping it human.
I can see that. Yeah. But we don't know if he used. I doubt that he used AI to write the script.
I don't think so.
That's my whole thing. Is just like
AI would be better, I feel.
it's just weird how this movie feels like it could have been written by AI, and it's a
Yeah.
movie about AI, but it's not written by. It's like
It's
very
like, how do you watch the movie and direct it? How do you direct this movie and not see that? Like, is there? Because it felt like I'm sure he loves movies. I'm sure he's seen a billion of them. Like, can't you see how like simple it is? And maybe he wants that. Maybe he's like, I want that just classic. Like, I want that.
yeah.
Whatever feel.
That could have been it.
And if he wants that, sure. But it's not making much money, I don't think.
But I don't think the movie's not work. I don't think the movie's a failure because of it being like all the other movies.
I think it's like word of mouth. I think if it was good, it would have done better.
But almost all movies that are coming out right now are failing because of the lack of promo that people are doing. Because actors can't come out. David Washington can't be like, hey, watch my movie. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of movies, especially this one, they're not performing that well.
Tough. Yeah. It's like there's no way to know.
Correct. I'm sure if people were saying that this movie is great, if the reviews were like 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, then yeah, probably a few more people would go. But I'm not sure if it would tip the scale.
I'd have to see like other movies that have come out in like the 6 months or whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I feel like some of them they have to have been hits with no promotion.
Well, I don't know. We look at us. We haven't gone to the movies in a minute. So, but let's move on.
Okay.
Back to the visuals. Something I didn't say. It gave me Blade Runner vibes, and after reading some Wikipedia articles, they're like, yeah, inspired by Blade Runner. Also, there's like a Swedish artist that does like robots in rural locations.
Okay.
And it reminded me of that.
Oh.
I forgot the artist. He's like super famous, and he just does like CGI stuff like that. Gives me Star Wars vibes, and also just District 9. Have you seen that movie? Give me those kind of vibes. But one of the things that I really like is, and I didn't notice until I read the I realized it, but when I read the Wikipedia article, I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The way he did the post-production of mixing in the CGI after the fact, it made the movie feel a lot more tactile, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like everything was real. The cities, even though it was like super sci-fi, I'm like, this city looks cool. I want to live in it. It felt lived in. Everything felt lived in. And I think that's like visually, like you said, I think this movie's a 5 out of 5.
I think it's like a Zack Snyder situation where like he has the eye perfect.
Yeah.
He has the sound perfect.
Yep.
But everything else, I think you should leave it to other people, to the ones that are just better.
But would you say, I would say this movie is better than a Zack Snyder film, because at least he's not trying to drive home like a I don't think he's I don't know, it's tough, because like Snyder's kind of he thinks he has a voice.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what I'm trying to say. He thinks he has like an original message, where this guy's like, I have like a visual message.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the same thing that Snyder has. But Snyder's like, I have visual and
A
written.
word,
Yeah,
right? A word to say about this.
yeah. Like I have a view on life. I'm
Yes.
like, no, you don't, dude. You just watch too many music videos.
Yeah. What was the question?
I think he's better than Snyder.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Because this plot is just, for how basic it is, it's still like sentimental and like a good
Yeah, there's
80s movie.
Yeah, good parts, but
Ivan,
someone else should
I
have.
cried.
You did.
I cried.
What part? The up when they're in the plane up there?
Plane?
I don't know what I'm saying.
When he's like, you have to go. He's like, no, I don't want to leave you.
Oh, when they're in the pod.
The
and
pod.
They're like,
You know what it is now? Like, I have evolved as a moviegoer.
okay.
Like, I reached my next evolution, similar how Pikachu goes into Raichu.
Uh-huh.
And
Pikachu never really went into Raichu.
Not that Pikachu, but a different
Just
Pikachu. Pikachu in general.
Okay.
So Pikachu gets the
Okay.
Thunderstone, right?
Yeah.
Turns into Raichu.
Yeah.
Adrian grabs his daughter, turns into sentimental Adrian. And now every movie that is even
It's,
like kid
Yeah.
father is just gonna kill me. And then I was watching it with my wife, right?
Uh-huh.
And she missed like the first half because our baby was crying, so she went out and then she fell asleep. She came back, and then like during that scene, she's like, "So what's Like, what's going on?" She had 20 questions, and I'm like, "It's because of this. It's because of that." And I was like, "Leave me alone." But yeah, I've evolved.
I see that.
Okay.
Congrats.
Akira vibes with like the little kid. It's like powerful, controlling things.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was just too hung up on like I've seen this before, like the entire movie. Not like visually, like everything looked amazing.
I was like, I was on a weird like anything this movie gave me, I would have like just accepted it. I was getting fed corn down my gullet, and I was loving it. And I knew at the time, I was like, I could look at this like critically and just be like, this is freaking stupid.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I accepted the dumbness, the simplicity, and I liked it a lot.
Right.
Isn't it weird that like that happens? Like you can choose when and like, no, I decide today I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Like you and Black Adam, like Black Adam, let's go.
I think I'm still like that. I think it's when it's like really something that's even this, like this, I kind of thought this would hit home to me. Like this, I wanted something like this.
Didn't last week you said something like that? You're like, I want perfect world building.
Yeah.
And it was that.
But then like the dialogue it was just more like the plot points of like how simple the characters were at times.
Yep.
Like, I'm never going back. I'm going back.
Yeah.
Like,
I did like that actually. Because he said something like, fuck off. He's like, your wife's back. He's like, what? But it's a good reason.
It's like Top Gun. Top Gun did it well, the new one, where like it was corny and knew it, but for some reason like this one wanted to do the same thing, but it didn't happen. Like maybe he wanted it to be corny and know it, but he didn't actually execute it like Top Gun. There must be like, I don't know, just like some magical thing.
It's elusive.
There has to be an answer. Squishy.
I bet you like they can I bet you if you ask Tom Cruise like how'd you do it?
Yeah.
He's like, it's all about energy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the answer. Like they go in the office, and this is gonna be a good transition point. They go into the office, they clock in, and they're like, guys, let's make a freaking banger of a classic movie, you know? Not in the way that Nolan would say it, but like in the way a Cruisy boy would say it.
Right. I don't know. I just want to understand why. Like, was it just the theme's too heavy in this?
Scientology. This leads me to my next point, and I don't know how we can solve this.
Tell me.
John David Washington.
Oh,
He's African American.
all right. Where is this going?
He's an African American actor.
Yes.
Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
My thought.
Go ahead.
He's an actor. That's
Yeah.
what really matters, right?
Yes.
I just said African American just to
Throw me off.
give the edgelords something to laugh
right.
at.
Right.
I don't know what it's a. I don't get him.
Uh-oh.
I don't get him.
Uh-oh.
I don't get him. And I've tried on Tenet. I've tried on what's the Black Klansman. I tried on your favorite movie of all time that came out with the Christian Bale and Margaret Robbie. Amsterdam, your favorite movie of all time. I tried on that movie. There's something that he is doing.
You know what it is?
Something that he's not doing that makes me just be like, this guy's just a folk.
You know what? You know what?
What?
He's not Denzel. That's what it is. What? Don't. They can't see that. Good. He just lifted the cars. The car, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I just like
I think that's like half of it. I think just Denzel's like
his aura.
Yeah, it's subconscious. Like if you know that's the son and you know how good Denzel is, and he's like top 5 actors ever probably, like already I'm there prejudging him without even thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he's even like super good or like amazing.
I want to know like what whoever hires him, whether it's Nolan or whatever, like why'd you hire him? Like what is it about him?
I mean, I think he has.
I know what you're thinking. Go.
I think you don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I think he has a little pull because his dad's Denzel Washington.
Okay, I don't know what you're thinking. Or
maybe you thought I was gonna be racist?
Maybe you switched it at the last minute.
I wasn't
No,
going.
not racist. I was gonna say he is like he's African American.
Oh, like
token
inclusivity sort
Yeah.
of deal.
Like he's a upgrade over Will Smith.
No, well, maybe subconsciously they're like, well, we can't just hire another white guy. Like we just can't do that anymore. So like, what's next? Black guy.
Wait until we get the Mexican. Woo!
No. But other than that, I think he has that little bit of pull because he's Washington.
Last name. What else I got here?
They should act in a movie together. That'd be scary. Maybe it'll like make him rise up.
It has to be like, what's his name? Paul Thomas Anderson when he got
Adam Sandler.
Like there's certain directors that like they just like unleash who you really are. And I don't think any director or script has unleashed him yet. And I think once that director, whoever it is, does it, we're going to be like, okay. And maybe from then on, he's only going to do roles like that.
I think it's because he doesn't have range. I think that's the thing. Like, he probably is good once somebody figures out what his thing is. But like Denzel, I think he could do anything presented before him. Like in his style. It still feels like him, but it's still that character.
Yep.
Like Adam Sandler, I'm thinking of that movie Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems.
Yep.
Like I don't think it's that he unlocked like a range of his. It's that he can just do that character because like
that is his range.
Yeah.
The directors know the limits of the range.
Yeah.
They know they're not gonna put Adam to be like a Shakespeare actor.
Yeah, which I would want. That would be kind of funny.
Ivan, how dare you?
Come on.
Okay, I kind of do want that now. Another actor that I actually liked in this movie was the Bad Lady, the American Bad Lady.
How like bootleg something Weaver?
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver, yes. But she's just so like Do it. Kill him.
Yeah.
Do it. It's fine. That scene when there's a couple scenes that really stand out. One is when they brought back the dead soldier to life.
Oh yeah.
Like that concept and the execution was perfect of like bringing him back to life in a robot's body and only having like 10 seconds and the humans just like my wife, tell my wife, can I talk to my wife? Like shut up. Like you gotta listen to me. We need to know the AI robots where they're at. But just that idea is like, yeah, that's exactly how it would happen in real life if it were possible.
That was probably the best scene in the whole movie. Like the whole movie, that's a big problem I had. Like that felt like super, super impactful and like real. And then like they had 2 scenes with animals like carrying grenades and killing people with it.
Yeah.
Like the first one with the dog, I'm like, that's pretty silly.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but all right.
Yeah.
And then they do it again with a monkey. I don't think it was a grenade, but something like that.
What did the monkey do? Monkey pressed the button to explode the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
Is it an AI monkey or something?
It's a smart monkey. That's a good point. More impactful scenes you needed.
Yeah. And I mean, they kind of wanted to treat AI as like they're alive too. And at the start, they kind of did that with when they're in like LA and like one robot came to life and John David Washington like,
Yeah.
and the girl's like, that was alive. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like I felt like at that point I was like, oh, this is serious.
That's a good point.
And then the dog scene came up and it just like blows up these robots comically.
So the tone.
And then they're just walking around with their legs like a little joke.
They're jokey jokes.
Like what's going on here? I thought they're real people.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
It wasn't gruesome enough the whole time.
Evan, relax, okay?
I mean, if they wanted to be real.
Another great scene was the suicide bomber robot.
That was crazy.
Like that concept it was depressing.
It kind of annoyed me how they just let it happen so much. Like with the first one. Like I know they shot at it, but like shoot the floor or something.
Yeah.
And they're just like, it passed them to like.
So let me explain it. Basically, it's a robot that like the Americans unleashed, and it's like just like a big old
Bomb.
chunky tank of a robot, and it's just a big old bomb that it essentially is carrying, and it runs to the location of the AI, and the way it runs is like and they're all shooting at it, but they can't kill it because it's this big metal object, and then it stops at its location and it hunkers down and it goes dee 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 dee. Yeah, a huge ass bomb goes off. I just love the scene, the execution, and the concept.
The first one was cool. Second one.
I wanted the second one to run back. I'm like, all right, here you go, you dirty Americans.
I would have liked that if they're gonna do like the tropey version.
Yeah.
Like the kid touched it. That scene was weird. Like I don't know what they were doing with. It felt like so random when he touched the robot.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like a pause, and then they just shoot the kid.
Well, the kid has the power to do that.
Yeah, but I don't know why I just did nothing, and then like I felt like it was gonna be like an iRobot scene where like they're like greater, and then like they talk or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah,
it would have been interesting and fun.
Yeah,
but it just stood
iRobot. Ivan, that's like the second week in a row you mentioned iRobot.
It's so much better than this.
Ivan, shut up.
So much.
Okay, let's move on. Jeez, you're killing me here.
This is like the same movie as iRobot, honestly.
This movie is very bleak too. Like, I actually felt away with all the civilians dying.
Oh yeah.
You said like you didn't feel too much.
There's some parts I was like, oh, that sucks that they're actually getting killed. But then the dog grenade, that's when I was like, what? That felt disrespectful.
Yeah.
To these people.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's the interesting thing. Like, you program feelings into a robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're programmed to have feelings, but now they have feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So the feelings are real.
Yeah. I say just like, sure, they're real. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not my problem.
Good point. And the last scene, which I think is really good too. It's the scene where they just like, they go into space, they blow up a big ass, what's it called? The
helicarrier or something.
No, what is it called?
I don't know.
I want to know the name.
Mantis.
Something like that, yeah. They blow it up, but that scene just like very anxiety inducing because space is scary.
Yeah.
And just like him hanging off of the thing that's like in space, I'm like, oh god, please don't do this right
No.
now. What else did you like about the movie, if anything?
When it ended.
I could say that again, sister.
When it ended. What else? I don't know. I don't know. I kind of felt like some of the symbolism was a little too
heavy-handed.
Yeah, like with the heaven. Oh, and the kid's like, "Am I going to heaven?" It's like, all right, what is this?
That killed me.
Artificial Intelligence by Steven Spielberg or something. That movie was better than this.
I need to rewatch that.
Just stuff like that. Like, I get what they're trying to do, but it was a little too like on the nose.
I'll give you that. I felt it. I knew it was on the nose, but I just ate it up.
Yeah, I think it's like I was too like defensive in that moment. Like,
but
I was like, take me.
That's just you. Like, that's the thing too. Like, you are who you are when you watch a film. At that point, like, the rating is almost like a rating of like you and the film.
Yeah.
With any kind of film. Because like tomorrow you'll watch it, or in 5 years and you're like, you know what?
But I think a really, really good movie would be able to like take you out of yourself no matter what.
Yes, that is true.
And I think if you're super out of yourself while watching a movie, like something kind of simplistic like that would get you. Not in like a mean or bad way, just like if you're already there, if you're really in it just easily, then it's gonna get you.
Yeah.
But I think like an amazing movie would be able to get anyone out of themselves and be like, whoa.
Yeah. Ivan, that's a good spot to rate this movie. Out of 5.
Nirmanas.
What was the name?
Nirmana. They should have named the movie that.
Nirmana?
Yeah.
Yeah, the creators it was gonna be called True Love, by the way. And
sounds like a vampire movie.
And then they're like, no, it's too
shit.
It sounds like a romantic movie.
Yeah. Who thought of that name?
Evan, let's move on. What out of 5 Nirmanas, how many Nirmanas is this?
Lower it with that little tidbit. Damn it. I give it 3.75.
Fair. I give it a 4.25.
Yeah.
Ivan, the next movie is
Saw?
You want to do Saw?
I don't know.
Okay, look.
What's the option?
I'll give you 4 options. The new Exorcist movie. The new Saw movie. Hocus Pocus. Or another Halloween movie, because we're officially...
Exorcist, because I want to watch the first one.
Oh.
I saw it on HBO. I'm like, I need to watch this. And you said that. I'm like, okay, that's my sign.
Okay, Exorcist it is. Next week's movie's Exorcist. Woohoo! Fun times. Do you think it's going to be good?
Probably not.
It's from... Should I tell you who directed it?
Yes.
Well, you won't know his name, but... I'll tell you the movie he directed.
Tell me now!
That last Halloween movie that came out. Which, for some weird reason, I really liked. Where it was like those two lovers.
Wasn't it good if you liked that? When selling?
When they crushed Michael to like little bloody pulp. Come on, man.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't even seen the original, so who am I to?
The original Halloween?
No, Exorcist. Exorcist.
I know. I was like, we did the original Halloween.
You liar.
Ivan, it's time for a section called
Things and Such.
What you watching?
I'm not gonna finish Rogue One. Andor.
Why?
Because I don't want to watch it anymore.
What do you mean?
They finished the heist.
They finished the heist. Okay.
Yep. They're out, and then he went onto this like beach planet.
Uh-huh.
and then he's free.
Yep.
Right, and
Yep.
then he gets arrested for doing like jaywalking
Yeah.
or whatever. That's when I was like, what?
Why?
I thought he was in a dream the whole time. I thought like he was in a nightmare. He was gonna wake up and be like, I have to join the rebellion or something. But then it just felt like so, like, let's put this here so he has a reason to go back into it.
So you're not. Wait.
Because I wasn't that into it already. Like I like my favorite part was when the comets were going through, and they were flying. I was like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing. And I like the old guy who puts on his hair and then sells antiques. I like that guy.
I forgot who that is.
The guy who recruits Andor.
Oh, yeah. What has he done? What was the last thing he did?
He like celebrated that it happened,
Uh-huh.
and then he talked to the lady who's like who he is in cahoots with.
Yep.
And then that lady talks to some other dude like, I need to trust you. I need to access my money.
Yes.
I'm sure it gets better.
I mean, you gotta freaking watch it.
I don't like
you're
watching it.
You're like right there. But okay, the one thing that is kind of disturbing me right now about that statement is that not that you're stopping to watch it right when it reaches like its pinnacle, but more so that you're still not interested in it.
Not really.
And that's actually more disappointing because like
It's good. It's just not what I want. Because it's like, it's super like, it's classic. Like, the rebel doing this and his come up. Like, I don't have any issues with any of it. It's just not what I want. Like, it's good. But also, it's not even like, it's barely Star Wars even.
yeah.
But
That's fine, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't even like Star Wars that much. I'm not even
Exactly. So
I just want lightsabers. I want Duel of Fates.
really, you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Seriously.
Yeah.
Then I have a show for you.
Ahsoka?
That's the show for you.
Is it?
It is because that's what you want. I'm not gonna watch it, but you can watch
But
it.
I want like a trilogy. I don't want. I never watched the
What does
Clone
that?
Wars,
Okay. Me neither.
the show.
Yep.
Because I didn't really care about that. Like I liked. What was it? 2 and 3. Those were like my ideal Star Wars.
Attack, and
Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
And then I want 2 and 3 with like the stakes of, or no, the realness of 5 and 6.
okay.
I want that in a Star Wars movie. In a trilogy. Like I don't want these side pieces. I don't want side quests. I don't want the chicken McNuggets. I want the McKing or whatever it's called.
The
Whopper.
Big Mac.
Yes. I want the Big Mac.
So okay, wait, not the big. You're right, the Whopper.
That's Burger King.
But you're saying you're going king, so I was thinking.
I just messed everything up.
My one rebuttal to that is
Oh no! I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
no. My one rebuttal to that is like, sure, you want Star Wars to be that, but Andor is a great spy show.
Yeah.
In itself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about James Bond. We'll just lay that there. Do what you want with that information.
But if you don't want to watch a spy show, then I can't force you to watch a spy show.
Yes. I'm free.
But let me just say
Oh, man.
that like the final like the big end piece of Andor is the best. There's actually 2 big end pieces. And then one epic speech, which I think you don't.
I've heard about it.
Is just like.
I might just watch a speech.
You should watch the speech.
Okay.
But like, set the mood. Don't just watch it like.
Some candles.
Yeah.
Some music
candles,
in the background.
Light the candle that I got you.
That'll set the mood.
But yeah. What else have you watched?
Adventure Time.
Classic.
I watched The Wind Rises.
Really?
It's good.
But But not you.
It's pretty much Oppenheimer.
Ah.
Like it's almost shot for shot. You know what it's about?
No.
The engineer behind the like bomber planes for Japan during World War II.
Yes. Okay.
So the story is like, I love airplanes. I love designing it. Everything about airplanes, I love it. Like he's just there because he loves designing it. But then in the end, he just designs for the military. And it doesn't even end on like a sad note. Like, well, it does. It's pretty sad, that whole ending. But I don't know. It was like, I'm just watching Oppenheimer again. I don't really care about this. Animation though, top tier. It can't beat it. Amazing.
Better than Owls?
Yeah. It just like obviously improving. Like, okay, this is modern animation.
Did it have CG?
No.
It just looked very tasty.
Yeah. Like I didn't see any of the like warping from Hal's from like the castle. Remember?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay.
Like it was weird or not weird. It was cool because like it makes you think of how they do it because it's so like detailed. Like how do you animate the propeller of a plane shooting out smoke and then that propeller warping the smoke? So it's like all that at once is insane to imagine animating.
Yeah, it is.
It was good. But to watch it again.
Reference, maybe? Like they use reference to...
What do you mean reference?
They use a reference video of a propeller pushing smoke out and then like recreate it with...
Oh, possible. But it did still feel cartoony. It didn't feel like they're tracing like a propeller.
Right. I think that's like the genius of some artists. Just like they'll see a reference, like, okay, I need to do that, but in my style.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yes.
His movies are about war then. Like,
yeah,
about,
pretty
like,
much.
the fight against...
There was actually a really cool scene at the start. Like there was an earthquake at that time. And the way it like showed it's like the entire earth, like if you got a sheet and went like that, they did that, but with like a town. You should like watch that on YouTube just for that. Cause I was like, what? Did a nuke go off? But it was just like a literal sheet of a town being like waved. Oh, it was insane.
And
that
really happened?
Yeah. I don't know if it happened like that, but maybe like artistic interpretation.
Wow.
But I looked it up. It was like an 8.0 earthquake, so it's pretty strong. And back then they didn't have
structure, integrity.
Yeah.
God.
Cool for those moments.
Out of 5, it's a 4.5.
Say 4.
So it's not as good as Howl's. Howl's
like
is 4.5.
Critic wise.
No, yours.
Oh, Howl's I liked better.
Just the style.
Fun. Yeah, I liked the tone. I liked the world. More fun. Cool. How's cool.
How's pretty cool. Kind of sexy.
Come on,
Ivan. What else have you watched? Anything else?
No.
I haven't watched anything. I have sports. Just a shitload of sports. Actually, one takeaway. Trying to dibble and dabble in WWE wrestling.
Okay.
Just like
heard that The Rock came back.
Yep.
The coward.
Scared.
If I ever meet him,
laying some
I
smackdown
am
on
running away from him out of fear.
Yeah, that would be smart. He's huge.
Yes.
I want some like meat and potatoes.
Oh, just a classic WWE.
Yeah.
You want that?
Like I don't want to be too deep into it. I just want to watch it and have fun.
You don't want Logan Paul. You want The Rock fighting.
No. I want like
H.
the mid carders. I want like Johnny Banana fighting.
But like they're fighting like classic.
Yeah.
Just like
that's what I want.
Just classic WWE.
Off the top of the rope, get him in like a noogie. You know, I want to watch that.
Is there a future for WWE? Like, are they even iterating? Like, what's going on? It feels like nothing's changed.
What's the future?
Does Vince have to dip?
Vince is kind of gone, but not really. They're part of a group that's contains UFC now, so they're kind of one company,
It's
but
kind
not
of
really.
silly.
I think the future of WWE is the same thing as like any other art form, like just regurgitate, but with new people.
But I think, but I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say things die off. You don't think it'll ever die off?
No,
No,
especially like WWE, it's so big it won't fail.
really.
Like, and it just knows how to do the basics for,
Mm.
especially for like this is straight up corn-fed Alabama food right here. Like
Okay.
this is what the middle of America loves to watch.
Just those churned out soap operas that middle-aged women love to
Yep.
eat up.
And that's the thing of like on a different but same type of note. Like I don't feel like I really need to watch that much TV and movies anymore because
Succession happened.
that's definitely a good prediction or guess. No, because the sports I watch, there's so many storylines,
Okay, yeah.
you know, and it's so interesting because like it's actually real life.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's so many different things that to think about, like why like battles between managers, between players,
Right.
players versus their own teammates, stuff like that is just very very interesting.
I see.
Soap opera, baby, for men
Wow.
or for women if you like that kind of thing. Music, video games.
Drake tomorrow at like
Drake
6
tomorrow.
a.m.
6 a.m.
The coward.
He pushed it back a little more.
No, he just releases at weird times now.
You listen to Charlotte 6 a.m., 8 a.m. video song he released.
No.
Me neither. Ivan, what's your prediction for our boy Drakey Drake?
Not so good.
5 out of 10?
I'll give him a 6.5.
Okay.
I don't know, just like, not to be mean, but like, his kid isn't really doing them any services as far as like putting confidence in the people that this album would be great.
His kid?
Because he drew the cover,
Okay.
and then like he released a video of his kid explaining the artwork, and like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ivan, you're going heel to use wrestling
Fight a
parlance.
kid.
You're going heel on a little 5-year-old.
I understand it's not politically correct to hate on a kid, but gosh darn it, I hate on a kid.
But that kid is dumb.
It's more that like if I was making something, I would want it to be entirely in my vision, and it doesn't feel like if I have my kid, okay, design the cover for this book I made, and it just like it's a gruesome thriller with nothing good going on, and the kid draws like a triangle with a butt on it.
Art.
Like, okay, that's art. That's art, kid, but what this isn't really.
I think it's because it's it's almost, it goes back to, out of all people, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
What we were just talking about.
Yep.
Like, it's magic. And what I mean by that, I'm not making any sense. I just realized. But
Go on. I'm following.
You need to be a dad,
Mm-hmm.
a father, a parent
Oh, to be like.
to understand why Drake did that.
But I feel like he's even doing that to show people like, oh, I'm a dad.
Yes.
Like it's not.
It's
not
also,
coming from a pure.
It's that too. But that's part of being a dad. Part of being a dad is being like, look at my kid. He's my kid. My kid is my kid because he learned.
But it doesn't even feel like Drake is doing it. Like there's none of that. It's just pure. Like when the kid was not even born, he had that Adidas deal for his name. Like that's like the biggest red flag one of any. Like after that, I'm like, I don't know. Like I think he's just gonna do. Like it's that saying of, like there's no, like, you can always flip something. It's not even a saying, but the mentality of, you can always flip anything to be something good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Drake kind of takes that to literal. We're like, how can I make profit off of this? How can I bolster my image? Whereas like sometimes it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, well, this is just my kid. Like it's not.
But would anyone like being Drake is Drake, right?
Yes.
Would you expect anything less from him? That is the big thing. Like, did he show you
Oh.
anything before that would be like, when Drake's 35, 40, he hasn't shown any kind of
I can't want my favorite artist to grow.
You can want, but you can't have. I don't know why I said that.
I want a major.
I know what you mean, but like that's a Kendrick thing. That's not a Drake thing. Like Kendrick would definitely learn and do that, but Drake has never learned. And that's fair because he's a human being. He can do whatever
So I'm
he
like
wants.
in a toxic relationship with
You.
Drake.
Yes. Oh, you realized it.
This is annoying.
Your favorite artist. One of your favorite artists is also your greatest enemy.
Kanye could do no wrong. I'll just lay that on the table.
Speaking of Kanye, there's
Rumors?
There's rumors. But there's a video that came out recently, and not the video that leaked that was like, Cardi B sucks, Pusha T, all these people are using me.
Okay.
There's a video where and it's the thing that I love about artists like Kanye, where he's playing a song for people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just in the video it's only him and Ty Dolla $ign, and the song's Ty Dolla $ign and Kanye obviously plays the song, and like he's playing it, and then like the beat comes in, and it's like it's like a simple beat, but when it comes out he's like and then he stops the song and he's like, that's a fucking song. And I'm like, yes, this is what we need. Like, he felt the beat and he was like vibing so hard that he's like, did you just feel that, guys?
Yes.
And it's kind of like, it kind of reminded me of DJ Khaled.
Okay.
When he like fakes loving his song.
Yeah.
When he plays the song, he's like,
yeah.
Yeah. But this one was like,
genuine.
Kanye felt it.
That's like, it's crazy that how much that is missing in just rap in general.
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest because I'm not into the other spheres of music.
Yes.
It's crazy how much just feeling the music is out of it.
Yep.
Like I sometimes get it still with like I heard an Offset single like a month ago.
Yep.
Like with Cardi B.
Yeah, you
like,
told me you liked it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's like you can feel he's like
vibing.
Yeah, it's something. And then Travis Scott comes in like dead human making the music. And you're like, oh, this was Travis AI generated.
Yeah. It's money. It's money. It's not really money. It's more about like the desire. Like, do you still have that hunger? It's the Mamba mentality. Like, I want to win. I want to win every time. I want to win it, but it's so hard to have that because it could also kill you. Like you have to find that peace. A la Chance the Rapper.
But even him, he found too much peace.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anything else, Evan? Music, TV, video games?
Nah, not really. No.
Okay. Video games for me. There's something. No, that's it. Next week we are doing Exorcist something. It's like Exorcist the
Reborn.
Reloaded. Revolution.
Remastered.
But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Bye.